Freaks, what's going on, everybody? It's the Head Freak here. Welcome back to the Ironman Challenge.
Hello.
There's our contender, Iron Woman. It's our Night Elf Hunter. This episode, we find ourselves here in Fellwood. I made the long journey. We logged out at Lights Hope Chapel. I flew to Menethil, went to Theramore, flew to Ashen Vale, and then ran up from the south to turn in Lincoln's Memory, and I got a follow-up from this Night Elf in here. It's perfect for us. It's called Silver Heart. We need 11 silvery claws and an iron tree heart. And we're going to get into it. Yes, we are. Let's get the boy out. Let's give him some of that. Looks like we can just kill random stuff to get it. Hope you guys and gals are doing well. Not doing too bad. I moved these apart a little bit. My little target focus is here. I spread them out a little bit. I think it looks a little bit better. They were a little too close. This would... Nah, never mind. I was going to say I could get the axe skill up, but... Oh, no, it just takes forever. The iron tree heart, I think, is going to come off of the tree freaks around here. Freaks of trees. Right when I logged in, before I started recording at Lights Hope Chapel, I had somebody whisper asking if I wanted to DPS Strathholm Live. And told him I couldn't because I'm doing the Ironman Challenge. But I'm thinking, I don't know, if I get this character to 60, it might be kind of fun to go in there. I doubt if they saw my gear, they would take me, because I don't have any gear. I don't know. I've got other plans after we hit level 60. I'm going to retire Iron Woman, at least for a little bit. Probably roll Warrior. Do it again on a Warrior. Ultimate Challenge. We'll see. There's a silvery claw. Okay. Not the best XP, but it certainly is safe XP. I'm kind of glad we had the follow-up because I wasn't sure what we were going to do quest-wise. There is a quest I'm actually thinking about doing in Eastern Kingdoms back here in Searing Gorge. This guy, like, fighting our way up here, these are elites, but we are now, like, 7 levels above them. It would be really good XP, and it, I mean, as long as we're careful, it wouldn't be super dangerous. Maybe. We could handle them a lot better now. Well, especially the pet can tank a lot easier for us. He's much more tanky than he was. It's a Saturday morning for me. It's just about 6 a.m. Let's head up to the north. I need to go up here anyway. Let's see if we can get the iron tree heart. And then we can work our way back down. Since we need to go up there anyway. We're just over, we're like 55%. Level 58 coming up. And this is going to be the last stuff we get at the trainer. Right here, level 58. And these are good ones, too. We get Hawk 6, Hunter's Mark 4, Serpent Sting 8. Really looking forward to those. This will increase our attack power by 110. Hunter's Mark. Ranged Hunter... good God. Aspects. Rank 6 will give us attack power increased by 110. And then with this, that's an extra 110. Serpent Sting will do almost 500 damage over those 15 seconds. We're only doing 385 now. That'll be a big boost. Yes, it will. Get everything adjusted. I don't know if it's out yet. Might not be. I did something kind of sporadic, a little fun thing. It's coming out on the channel. I've done it. I think I did it when I was live streaming. And maybe another time. It's called Where in Warcraft. It's based on a GeoGuessr game. It's really interesting. They'll show you a place, just a little scene, and you can spin around 360, but you can't look up, down, you can't move around, and you have to guess where it is. Eastern Kingdoms, Kalimdor, Teldrassil, wherever. It's World of Warcraft Classic, but you can also choose retail. I think I did 3 rounds. Did pretty good my final round. Really, the only stuff I got wrong were the places that I've never really spent a lot of time, obviously, and that makes sense. Like the Isle of Dread in Fairless, south of the Alliance camp. Couple places in Eastern Plaguelands. And then the place in the very far south of Winter Spring where all the elites are. Pretty fun. But anyway, there was a place back there we passed. They did a really, really good job with... It's just a browser game. I highly recommend it if you fancy yourself an expert in, the areas and where stuff is. Just do Where in Warcraft. Just Google it and you'll find the site. Try it out. It's pretty fun. And again, it's so well done. They give you enough clues. Generally, sometimes it's just one clue where you could tell the difference between, like you might be thinking, oh, it's this, or wait, it could be here. But if you look really carefully and pay attention, they give you the clues to figure it out. Great little fun little game if you're bored. And the game it's based on is called GeoGuessr, but you can pick many, many different filters that you can play the game with, but that's also pretty fun. We played that as well. I did like okay. Oh, wow. Got it immediately. Wasn't expecting that. There's an escort quest here we might be able to do now. It's level 56. We could give it a shot. I could always bail on it if it's not working out, but since we're here and I'm looking for things to do, I think this is, you do get ambushed here though. Oh, I have some of these in the bank? Oh, I do. I think I need to save these. Really cool little add-on. I was looking at where it says 17 equals 1 plus 16. Yeah, so I've got 17 total is what it's telling me. 1 in my bag, 16 in the bank. I've never really looked at that before. I think that's part of my Bagnon add-on where it groups all the things together. And if you right-click on your portrait, you can actually see what you have in the bank. Pretty handy. Yeah, I do remember this quest. He's going to come out this way. I'm going to get rid of this toxic horror here. I don't think this is a... He kind of just goes at his own pace. It's not the best. The best escort quests are the ones where they will follow you and you can guide them. The other thing that's crappy about the way they design these escort quests, you could get into a fight, right? Like you pull one thing and then an ambush happens, right? If you're a mana user or whatever, you're completely out of mana, and then the escort just walks off and pulls another mob when you don't have any mana. Ooh. Yuck. We got poisons here. I'm pretty sure there's an ambush that happens. Like I said, we can always bail on it if it's too hairy. I think we're high enough level to where a feign death won't be resisted. I like how they have, they're wearing like medallions or something. Let's get this boy healed up. Let's drink. Can I... How do I do this? Do I have... Oh, you know what I think this is? I think I picked up the quest and then got rid of the thing. Do I have something in the bag? I don't think I do. I don't need that anymore. Yeah, I don't have what I need here. Is this in my quest log? No, it's not. In Forest Song. I think the quest... there's an item I need. It's showing me the quest is here because I bring the item here. Okay, well, maybe that's for the better then. I don't see any way to activate this. Alright, no worries. Let's get out of here. Unless I'm missing something. I don't think I am. I think I remember picking up the quest and then saying out loud, yeah, I remember this quest. It's an escort. It's dangerous. So I think I dropped it. That's what happened. the weapon skill up a little bit. Pretty far behind. The reason I'm spamming wing clip, if you don't know, I've talked about it a lot during this run. Getting your weapon skill up is based on, you know, you attacking. And if I just wait to swing this axe, I'm waiting 3.6 seconds per swing. Wing clip is instant. I could just spam it over and over, and it counts towards getting the weapon skill up. So that's why I use it. It goes through drinks, but whatever. So here's our two-handed axes, 267 of 285. I could use a combination of my Raptor Strike and Wing Club. Raptor Strike actually does damage when I hit with it. This is usually something I do off camera, and as a matter of fact, I am going to do it off camera. It'll take at least an hour. I usually just try to get it within 5 points, and then I just, by the time I get it to within 5 points, I'm so sick of leveling the weapon that I just say, that's good enough. I really need to stay on top of it. Like, each time I level, get it up 5 points again, right? Just maintain at least that 5 points off the max. If I'm really staying on top of it, I max it out, but it just takes so fucking long. It's ridiculous how long it takes. That's terrible. Doubled up on Serpent Sting. Might do that today. Just spend about an hour. I don't know, I'll put a video on, watch over here, and just grind these green mobs. Nothing too dangerous where I don't have to really focus 100%. It's one of the worst things. And it's not that big of a deal. Like if you're melee, right, and you're basically using one weapon, it's not that big of a deal because your skill is basically, you keep up with it, except when you level up, then you're 5 points off, but you're using it the whole time anyway, so it stays leveled. It's only really a problem if you're like us, like we're ranged. But I do need the skill up in this challenge so that I can hit disengage and wing clip. So I have to... But it's such a pain in the butt to switch between the two. I'll forever complain about that. Every time I have to do it, I'll complain about it. You would think after 57 levels that we would know how to use the axe. It's just a time gating thing. I don't know why else they would have done it. They had a plan with this game, man. It was, you gotta admit that, I mean, it was an amazing game. Very creative. There was no other game like it when Warcraft came out. The graphics were like, they're pretty damn good at the time, right? In 2003, 2004. And they weren't that taxing on your system. So much work went into the quests, but also so much work went into their business plan of having people buy the game and then pay a monthly subscription to pay it. And what they did, they just figured out how to time gate things and prolong things and keep people subscribed. And, it was a business plan all along, obviously. But I don't think they realized, and they had no way to realize how successful the game was going to be, and to realize they didn't really need the amount of time gating that they had. And I think that's why when, like Wrath of Lich King came around, especially Cataclysm, a lot of that stuff got kind of nerfed, a lot of the time gating aspect. Not the grinding, but, weapon skill got removed. A whole bunch of stuff changed because they realized, people are just going to keep playing the game anyway. And Cataclysm was like, I think the peak, like the all-time peak. That game's inception is like a straight line uphill for profit. And there's some peaks and valleys since then, but they realized they had created basically a masterpiece. People were addicted to it, literally addicted to it. Now the company, man, I mean, it's, it's changed hands so many times. It's Microsoft's now, but so I had a ticket open on this character about the sound, the setting not sticking. And I was just basically saying, is there any way that this can be fixed? Like, anyway. And it was an automated response, I could tell, but it had nothing to do with what I had typed in. In fact, the ticket said, sorry to hear you're experiencing technical game crashes or something. And they listed all this stuff. Check the integrity of the file, reinstall the game, make sure your drivers are updated. The last thing they said was maybe think about this. I'm not even kidding. Calling a local technician in your area to diagnose my computer. Like, that wasn't a person. That's just an automated response. Or if it was a person, just being super lazy. And then I got so they marked the ticket as resolved. They didn't check with me to see if my problem was resolved. They just marked it as resolved. And then I got a follow-up. A GM would like you to fill out a survey on your experience. Boy, did I let them have it, man. And I left a note at the end where I could add more. I gave them shit all the way through every single thing. Because the way they worded the survey, how did your representative do blah, blah, blah? There was no representative. So I gave it to him, man. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They don't care. I really think they don't care. Like, opening a ticket with them is not like it used to be. You could just open a ticket. Now, they basically tell you to check the community forum. Like, maybe somebody else can figure the problem out for you. Go check there is basically what you'll get. And again, it's not like I'm complaining about something that it's not that big of a deal. It's this. These are settings in your game, and you would think they would stick to what you want, but 5% is perfect as far as, in my opinion, YouTubing. The music doesn't compete with my voice. If you crank this up to 10%, this is where it stays when I log out, come back in. Go into Stormwind, and then listen to somebody's video who's in Stormwind with that music going. It's insane. So that was what the ticket was. Like, is there any way to fix it, man? That's just something, I don't know, they overlooked, or just decided 10% is perfect. It's perfect for everybody, so that's what it is. Let's head back up, and we will... I wonder if I can get out this way. It doesn't look like it. We'll finish the quest up down there, and we'll be close to the turn-in. Dismounted, you say? It's going to take the day off from the gym today, but I think I might go up. I don't know. I really shouldn't be driving my car until I get the O2 sensor looked at, which is going to be happening on Tuesday. Well, I'm going to drop the car off on Tuesday. Gotta feed the pet here. Surprised that's not an elite. That's... yeah, I don't know. I thought they were elites. I think they're elites up here. Yeah, next episode we could potentially be in Searing Gorge. Not Searing Gorge, whatever the other place is called. Here. Yeah, Searing Gorge. Up here. Prayer to Elune. We have to fight our way up there. Now, there is a bugged mob up there. It's been bugged for years. Just like all the other bugged mobs in the game. It will aggro on us. What I'm hoping is it's a melee mob. It can be a caster, and it puts you in a real bad situation because you aggro the damn thing, and you can't do any ranged abilities on it. If you got something else on you, it can be a problem, especially as an elite mob. So we'll do our best to clear out around it, and then if I get the pet to her, and if I also stay close enough, I don't know, maybe we can deal with it. But it's crap that they have that on a hardcore server. You've got invisible mobs. You've got mobs like underground that can aggro. There's one in Winter Spring like that. There's some on the western side of Teneris as you're going into Angora Crater. There's a bugged mob there. And Teneris itself is full of bugged mobs in the camps. Inside those tents. You'd wonder, like, how much, like, time would it actually take to fix that? I mean, is it as simple as just changing that particular asset there, that tent? Is it as simple as, I don't know, some other coding thing where you change the pathing a little bit? Like, how difficult would it be to fix those bugged mobs? Holy crap, look at all the stuff here. A congregation there. A parliament of owls. Kind of in a salty mood, I guess. Not really. Just doing my normal complaining, that's all. Standard complaining. It's a waste of time, really is. Doesn't get me anywhere. Doesn't do anything for me but just change my mood, make me more upset. I don't want that. Turn that frown upside down, YouTube boy. Bear flank. I saw there's, well, I don't know if it's out or whatever, but I saw some ad. I mean, I avoid ads if I can, but it was popped up. Or maybe it was on Amazon or something. I can't remember. They're reviving Sopranos. Maybe they've already done it. I think it's a young Tony Soprano. Before he, got his stripes or whatever, working his way up. I have so little faith in these companies these days who make movies and shows. I always expect something to be shit, and it, in my opinion, it usually is, because of they don't want to take any chances. They just want to do what they think will get them the most advertising money, which is checking all boxes for the biggest possible audiences, right? I hope they don't do it. I don't know. I've not seen it. Like I said, I don't know if it's coming out or it's already out or whatever, but I don't have good expectations for it. I think that may be a good way to be, and that way you can just be surprised if it's good, right? And if it's not, just like, yeah, this is what I thought it was going to be. A bunch of shiny, happy crap with terrible dialogue, unnecessary sex scenes, straight or gay or whatever, just like doesn't add anything. There was some of that in The Sopranos too. I'm not saying there wasn't. It's a lot of things, I didn't like about Sopranos, but I thought the writing was pretty good. But, a lot of unnecessary stuff in the strip club. Like every time they were in the strip club, they had to show the strippers. It's one of the things I did not like about Game of Thrones. But it wasn't like that in like the first season. The show became so popular, they started writing that stuff in there. Like every episode, it's like they went out of their way to add an over-the-top, ridiculous sex scene. It didn't add anything. It just, in their minds, I think, it's like this shock value thing. Oh, wow, what are they going to do this episode, right? Younger people will love this. It's racy and risky. I don't know. I hate crap like that. I'm not saying there shouldn't be a sex scene, especially if it's called for or part of the story, but if you're just putting it in there because it looks like you got a lot of comments on it or something or whatever, people thought it was, oh my gosh, this is so bad. Okay, keep putting it in there, right? That kind of shit. And the worst type of thing, in my opinion, is like a sequel or something, and it's just more of the exact same, right? Or they'll do a remake of a movie. These live-action remakes, man, I just throw them in the garbage as far as I'm concerned. But they'll just do the same movie and just do just change the lead characters, like Ghostbusters, right? Just do an all-female version of it. Or whatever. Same thing with Oceans, the Oceans movie, right? They just did more of the same. They just changed the characters, trying to bait a different audience in or think it's something new. But people just seem to eat it up. Oh, I think it's good. I don't know. I've got pretty... I don't want to say high standards, but I just have no tolerance for crap like that anymore. I'm sick of it. And good God, man, how much longer is Disney going to milk Star Wars? That cow has been milked to death. I have just no interest in Star Wars anymore. I haven't actually for a long time, but just going to squeeze every drop out of it, and there's just like nothing left to do. You know, sometimes it's okay to leave something successful and just leave it. That's a finished product. Let's do something original now. You know? Oh, it made money. Do it again. Made money. Do it again. Made money. More of the same. Listen to this old man. I know some people agree. Probably most people won't.
Good job.
Thank you. Perfect. We ended up right back here. What does this guy have? I'll have to check in with him. I can't remember what he has. I think I actually do know.
Peace be with you.
Peace be with you.
Light your path.
There you are.
Asha Fela.
Get a follow-up. Take the Book of Aquor, the Silvery Claws, and the Iron Tree Heart to Teneris. Use the Book of Aquor to summon Aquamentus. After you have the completed totem, take it to J.D. Colley in Marshall's Refuge. All right. I don't remember this quest.
May the stars guide you.
Hold on. Let me read this quest here. Oh, Lost Rigger Cove, and look for a circle of stones. The eastmost peninsula is the secret. From the circle only, read from the book. Summon the only creature that can transform the items you collected into a totem to fight Blaze Runner. Aquamentus will not be pleased to be awakened, but remember, you must remain in the circle for him to transform the items. I don't know that I've ever done this quest before. It's not an elite quest. Doesn't say it is. I think we might do that. Yeah. A little bit of a fly, but what else are we going to do? All right. Well, I wish this wasn't in, but it's not. We'll hang out here, and next episode, I'll probably do all the travel off camera, get us to Gadget Sam and Teneris, and we'll go see about that. But that will do it for this one. Thank you for hanging out with me for a little bit. I appreciate it. You guys and gals take care. Iron Woman and myself will catch you in tomorrow's episode.
I wish you well.
Peace.